Okay, so now we're just going to talk about some, in the last video we talked about sets. Now we're going to talk about sets of numbers and of the real numbers. So the first set we want to talk about, we want to call natural numbers. The natural numbers n, capital N, equals the set of numbers 1, 2, 3. The dot, dot, dot means we just keep going in the same pattern. So in other words, it's all the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, on and on and on to infinity. The whole numbers are the same as the natural numbers. It just also includes the number 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and on and on and on. The integers, that's usually represented with the capital letter Z, and that is the set of positive and negative whole numbers. So it includes the positives and the negative whole numbers. 0, well, positive 0 and negative 0 are really the same thing. Yeah? If you have nothing, well, negative nothing is still nothing. Yeah? So those are the integers. A rational number is a fraction. That's all it is. So just the top is called the numerator. The bottom is the denominator. And both of these numbers need to be integers. So that's what a rational number is. It's a fraction. But when we move on to later topics like rational equations, that just means it's equations that have fractions, because rational numbers are fractions. Irrational numbers, I didn't really write a definition here, but an irrational number is a number that when you write it as a decimal, it goes forever and ever and ever, and there's no repeating pattern. Consider a fraction like 1/3. 1/3 is a decimal. If you get out your calculator, type in 1 divided by 3, you get 0.333333. It goes forever and ever and ever. All right? Irrational numbers go forever and ever and ever as well, but there's no repeating pattern. Here there's a repeating pattern. 3 just repeats over and over and over. Irrational numbers is just chaos. There are these numbers and there's no pattern, but it goes forever. Pi is one of those numbers. 3.14159, and it just goes and there's no pattern, but it goes forever and ever. Same with the square root of 2. It's an irrational number. So what are the real numbers? The real numbers are all of the rational numbers. It's all of the fractions plus all of your irrational numbers. When you add those together, you get this, all the real numbers. That's the real number line. So if I pick any point on here, I can either represent that as a fraction, like 1 1/3 or something, or I can represent it as some irrational number that goes forever, 1.352679. There's no pattern to it. Right? So that's what the real numbers are. It's just all the fractions plus all the irrational numbers. Now another thing I want to mention, notice all whole numbers are integers. All of these numbers are in here. Similarly, all natural numbers are also part of the integers, yeah? Second thing, notice all integers really are rational numbers. They are fractions. Why? Oh, let's pick the number 2. 2 we could think of as 2 over 1, which is a rational number. We can write that as a fraction. So all integers are rational numbers. So all natural numbers, whole numbers, and integers really fall under the set of fractions, because all of these we can write as a number over 1. So when you take any number that can be written as a fraction, add it to your irrational numbers, that's what the real numbers are.